Welcome, my dear students. Today we are going to explore malaria, a serious but preventable disease caused by Plasmodium parasites and spread by the bite of an infected female Anopheles mosquito. When this tiny insect bites, it injects parasites into our blood, leading to fever, chills, and weakness. Malaria is common in tropical regions, but with early diagnosis, prompt treatment, mosquito control, and personal protection, we can stop it in its tracks. Let's discover how understanding the life cycle of the parasite and adapting smart prevention habits can help us to stay safe and healthy. What do you mean by malaria? Malaria is basically a mosquito-borne infectious disease caused by tiny parasites from the genus Plasmodium. The main culprit in humans are the Plasmodium falciparum, the most dangerous one, the Plasmodium vivax, master of relapses, Plasmodium malari, Plasmodium ovale, and last of all Plasmodium knowlesi, which is zoonotic, comes from monkeys. But this is good news that malaria is preventable and treatable if we act first with diagnosis, treatment, and mosquito control. Now we should study the mode of transmission of the disease malaria. Main route, which is vector borne. The villain is the female Anopheles mosquito. Only females which drink blood. Males are basically plant juice eaters. When the mosquito bites, parasite enters. Another bite, parasite spreads. The mosquito plays the courier. Rare routes, mother to baby, which is congenital, and blood transfusion with infected blood, and contaminated needles, which is very rare. Where is it common? Tropical and subtropical regions, think Africa, South Asia, Southeast Asia, parts of South America, the malaria is very common. So what's the pathogenesis? The parasite's evil master plan, life cycle inside human. The infective stage, sporozoites, when the mosquito bites, sporozoites rush into the bloodstream. Destination liver, it arrives in just 30 minutes. Liver stage, this is pre-erythrocytic zygogony. Sporozoites hide inside liver cells, multiply into zygones, big parasite factories. Then zygones burst, it releases merozoites into the blood. And blood stage, this is erythrocytic zygogony. Merozoites invade RBCs. Inside the RBCs, the ring from it is trophozoite, then zygon, then boom, RBC will be burst. Each burst will form the fever and chills. That rhythmic cycle occurs every 48 to 72 hours. Gametocytic stage, some parasites turn into gametocytes, the mosquito bait. Mosquito bites when it takes gametocytes and the cycle continues. Life cycle inside mosquito, it is called as sporogonic cycle. When an uninfected female Anopheles mosquito bites an infected person, here is what happens inside her. Ingestion of gametocytes. The mosquito drinks blood containing male or microgametocytes and female, that is macrogametocytes. Fertilization in the mosquito's gut. Inside the mosquito's stomach, microgametocytes multiply motile microgametes by means of exflagellation, and macrogametocyte will produce the single macrogamete. One microgamete fertilizes the macrogamete, it forms a zygote. Eukainate formation, when the zygote elongates into a motile eukainate, the eukainate penetrates the mosquito's stomach wall and lodges under the outer lining. Oocyst development, the eukainate develops into an oocyst on the outer surface of the stomach wall. Inside the oocyst, numerous sporozoites are produced by cell division. Sporozoite release and migration, mature oocyst rupture. Sporozoites are released into the mosquito's body cavity or hemocoel. Sporozoites migrate to the salivary gland. Infective stage for humans. Now the mosquito is ready for the next meal. When she bites another human, sporozoites are injected into the bloodstream, starting the human cycle again. Clinical features, classical symptoms: periodic fever with chills and rigors, enlarged spleen which is called as splenomegaly, anemia which occurs due to RBC destruction, severe malaria caused mostly by Plasmodium falciparum. It causes cerebral malaria or seizures or coma, severe anemia, kidney failure, pulmonary edema, hypoglycemia, acidosis, multi-organ failure which is life-threatening. Management, fighting back. Diagnosis, blood smear, thick and thin, GMSA stain when gold standard. Rapid test, RDTs detect parasite antigens. PCR which is very sensitive but mainly for research labs. Treatment depends on species and resistance. Uncomplicated malaria, Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium ovale, they need chloroquine if sensitive, then primaquine for dormant liver stages, and for Plasmodium falciparum, ACT or artemisinin based combination therapy, that is artesunate and mefloquine. Severe malaria, IV artesunate preferred or IV quinine. Treat complications, fluids, transfusion and anticonvulsants. Relapse prevention, Plasmodium vivax and Plasmodium ovale from hypnozoites enter in the liver. They cause relapses. Primaquine kills hypnozoites but first test for G6PD deficiency. Supportive care, fever, it requires antipyretic drugs. If dehydration occurs, then you need fluids. In case of severe anemia, blood transfusion is necessary. Prevention. Prevents personal protection, mosquito nets, repellents, long sleeps. Environmental control, no stagnant water near homes. Vector control, indoor spraying, larvicides. Chemoprophylaxis for travelers. Example, mefloquine or doxycycline vaccine, RTS, SAS01 or Mosquirix, which targets Plasmodium falciparum, given to kids in some African countries. I hope this class helped you understand malaria, how it spreads through the bite of an infected Anopheles mosquito, how early diagnosis and timely treatment can save lives, and why mosquito control and personal protection are vital. Stay aware, use preventive measures, and help break the transmission cycle. If this lesson helped you, please like, share, and subscribe. See you next time. Thank you.